So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my week in a nutshell. This is pretty much episode 3. So this is our third week. It's TGIF here in the Philippines. Thank God it's Friday. And I would say my week in a nutshell this week. So as a result of what I shared last week, this week the trials, the challenges were intensified. Like, okay, I want to be more like Christ so that I can handle hardship a lot easier. Well, the Lord just turned the temperature up a little bit more. And so when the challenges intensified on me this week, I basically was constantly reminded, be like Christ, be like Christ, be like Christ. Humble yourself. Don't yell, don't scream, don't curse. I mean, which I don't yell, I don't scream, I don't curse. But there's always that temptation, that spending when I'm in frustrating situation. So this week, the things intensified. Like I was challenged left, right, and center. I was challenged with the patrol. I was challenged with my DHL package, which like just everything. Then my computer just stopped functioning, and I'm like, man, everything that could break this week and could fall apart and all the chaos. But you know what happened, guys? The Lord helped me to be at peace in the midst of this week's storm. So much so that I have a new mask. Yes, I have a new mask, and I'm going to just put it on so you guys can see it. Look at that. This mask is living by faith. Okay. So you might be wondering, where did this idea come from about living by faith? And I'll tell you while wearing my living by faith mask. My mom saw the Washington Post story, and she saw it online, and the first picture on it says flying by faith. So you know what my mom did? You guys not gonna believe. My mom was so inspired by the mask and what's written on it that the poor thing, she took a pen and she had a, in Jamaica, she has to wear a mask. So she got a plain mask and she took a pen. And actually, before that, she actually wrote on her door in her house, living by faith. That's what she put, living by faith. And then she's like, well, it's living by faith in my house, but I want people outside of my house to know that I'm living by faith. So she got a mask like me, and she took a pen and she wrote on her mask, living by faith. I wish there was some way that I could send my mom a couple of these masks that says living by faith. Unfortunately, the Philippines does not have a mailing system or a shipping option kind of thing. So there's no way, but at least I can wear it for her. So nonetheless, I remember, yeah, she said, son, I'm so inspired by, she said, son, you're flying by faith. Well, I am living by faith. And throughout this week, this would be, I would say, this kept me this week living by faith. And when we say living by faith for me is when things are happening and things are falling apart, and I remember that I'm living by faith. What does that mean for me as an individual in a situation where DHL is about to destroy my package instead of sending it back to the sender? How does living by faith help me in that situation? Well, here's how it helps me in that situation. It helps me from the perspective of I'm not going to lose my soul salvation over a package, no matter how much it costs. I'm not going to lose my soul salvation. At the end of the day, it's not worth it to get worked up. I'm not going to curse at those people because they're just customer care rep. And even if it's the person in charge that's just causing me whatever. And then as a Christian, I have to remember it's a spiritual warfare. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and power, rulers of the darkness, stuff in high places. So if I'm living by faith, it means that irregardless of what's happening in the reality of my world, it's a spiritual fight that I'm dealing with. The enemy is doing everything, and God is allowing these challenges to come so that my faith will be tested. It's living by faith. And so the more I thought about living by faith this week, when the trials intensified, God helped me through the power of the Holy Spirit to keep my mind on Him so that I can have peace. To realize what are these earthly things compared to my happiness and joy in the Lord. The joy of the Lord is my strength. So I started claiming Bible promises. I started praying. I started agonizing with the Lord to give me peace and comfort. And then I did the ultimate thing. I threw my hand up and I said, Lord, I cannot figure this out. My input is not going to fix this one. And I said, Lord, this one's on you. So when I'm talking to the customer rep, when I'm dealing with the guys who are fixing the patrol, when my computer fell apart, I just said, Lord, I give you all these things. I'm putting it in your hands, and you just need to find a way to massage my faith so that I can have peace. And that's how I survived this week. I learned how to live by faith, how to be content when the trials are so intense and I'm facing financial challenges, I'm dealing with the patrol, I'm dealing with my computer, so many other aspects of life just poured out on me this week. But when I learned how to be like Christ, living by faith, I came to Friday and I say, thank God for mercies and His grace that sustained me this week. God bless. That's my week in a nutshell. And see you next week when we talk about whether it's the glory part that finally I get these things or not. It doesn't matter. One day with Jesus and learning to live by faith. God bless, and mabuhay from the Philippines. Happy Sabbath. We'll talk soon.